women raise children. So what you're teaching actually gets to the children through the women. The women are teaching young girls how to be women and challenging young men.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
That's the answer to that question.
They got another question.
What is it?
Peace, did Allah ever call us a nation of gods on earth? There's separation being created between the 5% and the nation of gods on earth.
Listen,
Some of my mathematics.
Allah stated this when he came home from Madawan. When Allah came home
You have
from
30
Madawan,
seconds remaining.
he said to us, the brothers who had mastered the lessons are the gods. That's what he said. And the women and children are the 5%. He didn't say nothing about no earths. He said the women and children are the 5%. The brothers who mastered the 120 degrees of knowledge and wisdom are the gods, meaning we were supposed to have good, orderly direction in life. And the women and children are the 5%. And that answers that question about teaching women. Because who is the 5%? The poor righteous teachers. And who do they teach? Children. And who have children? Women. If that makes any sense to you, because that's how he came home and was telling us. And he said a real 5%er don't drink no alcohol, don't smoke no dope or none of that kind of stuff, because you don't want to be out of your mind. You want to be in your right mind at all times. You don't need nothing taking you out of your true senses. You don't need to escape reality. We are supposed to be facing our reality. As rough sometimes and as hard as our realities are, we're supposed to be rising above it and teaching our women and our children how to live within this system. The thing with us, many of us, is that we don't understand the structure of the system that we are in. And that's where going to school and getting an education and learning about the system is so important. So you can utilize the system to benefit you and your family. You know, because the civil rights struggle and all of that was giving us access to the system. Because we have been barred from the system. Now we're in the system somewhat. We know how it works. We're supposed to be working it to our advantage. That's why Allah said, go to school, go to work, get a trade. You have to participate in this government, in this country. This is why we mentioned, or it was mentioned, I believe, that the presidential election is coming up, and brothers who haven't yet signed up or registered to vote should sign up and register to vote so you can participate. I'm not telling you who to vote for, but you're supposed to have some kind of sense to know who you shouldn't vote for because they don't have your best interests at hand. That's the only way you can participate in the government. The power in this government, the United States of America, for those of us who are citizens, is the vote. The vote is your power. All the rest that you're talking about is nonsense. If you're not voting, then you're not participating and you're not putting people up there who are answerable to you. We don't have no kings and queens. You understand? The assemblymen, your congressmen, and all those people are answerable to you. They have to answer to you. You are the people. This is a country of the people, by the people, and for the people. This is when you hear Biden say, I'm fighting for democracy. That we are the pillar of democracy. These are the terms you need to understand and play your part in it as a civilized person. Any more questions coming?
Yes, they got a question that says, it's from Supreme Magnetic, Air Like Allah. It said, can you add on about the conflict surrounding our universal flag, the moon above the 7 or not?
The moon is to never be above the 7. That's said even when Universal Shamgar made the flag. Now, why brothers are getting so wrapped up in that, I don't know. But you can easily get a flag if you got the right flag, like we're wearing our flags today, and you can see how the flag is made. You can also see on the flag, it's in our name. On my flag, I don't know if you can see it or not, but on my flag, it says, in the name of a BG number 7, we are to come in our own names. You understand? I understand why the brothers call themselves the gods, because right then I said it, who's the original man? The Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, the father of civilization, the God of the universe. So I understand that God concept. And I think y'all should understand that also. However, you must also understand that we were made deaf, dumb, and blind for 6,000 years, not 600, 6,000 years we were made deaf, dumb, and blind. And it don't go away overnight. It do not go away overnight. So when you dropping that God thing, we call Allah God because he swam his 9,000 miles. That's why we bear witness to Allah, because he swam his 9,000 miles. Lots of people came and told us lots of things of who they were, and they couldn't show and prove it. And we, as I would say, skeptical young people growing up in the 60s, when all the rubbing and fighting was going on, we listened to preachers, reverends, bishops, and everybody else. But we knew they said one thing and did another. Allah said something and did exactly what he said he would do. Simple as that. So we bear witness to him. Children are very perceptive, and we were still young people, and we were very perceptive of other human beings who told us one thing and then did another. Even our parents told us one thing, be this, be that, be this, be that, and then after church on Sunday, everybody get drunk. Come on. And being a young person, you step out of line, you got what was called a spanking, a whipping. It wasn't with no switches neither. They took belts, ironing boards, and every damn thing else that beat you with. You understand? That was their anger. You can't come in being peaceful and graceful and praise the Lord and then turn around and beat the hell out of me. Oh, no. Because we grow. Children growing to be men and women. And you can't keep beating a human being. You cannot. Sooner or later, that human being, irregardless of family ties, will turn on you and fight you back. Simple as that. Any other questions?
Yeah, we're gonna take a few more than that individual calling from the penitentiary. The next question says, I heard you mention, this is from, you don't have to no knowledge law. So I heard you mention earlier that the firstborn got the degrees from the 1 to 41st. When did the order of the lessons that we practice today
Come about.
come about with the 1 to 10, the 1 to 36 to the 1 to 14?
Okay, to
Maybe
answer that question, brothers took it upon themselves when they got hold of the lessons to start giving out the student enrollment, okay? And then they start giving it the 1 to 14 and the 1 to 36. Many times when we came to the lessons, those of us who was older brothers and born, like the firstborn of Medina, that's Brooklyn, New York, for those of you who don't know. When we come to the lessons and see the brothers doing that, we would say, why are you teaching him from that? You need to give him the meat. That's to show who you are. Allah told us like this, I'm going to give you all the meat. And from the meat, he meant the 1 to 40. That's the meat of all the lessons. It caused a lot of conflict between us and the followers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, because they used a strict discipline in their teaching. But we, as young people, was given the 1 to 40, and you had to be actually a man of age in order to get that in the mosque. However, amongst us, like I said, we were 17, 16, 18, 21, and we had the major lessons. We had what Allah called the meat, and that's how He fed us. Brothers changed that up, giving people the student enrollment and the 1 to 14 and all those other lessons like that. But we didn't. We never taught like that. I don't teach like that today. I don't teach like that today, because if I'm giving you the 14th, the 15th, the 16th, and the 17th, and the 18th degree, you know those degrees pertain to people. And when you're talking about the 85%, we're not just talking about your neighborhood, we're talking about the population of the planet Earth. Period. 85% of the people on this planet are poison animal eaters, slaves from mental death and power, people who do not know their origin in their world, who worship that they know not, and are easily led into the wrong direction and hard to be led into the right direction. That's the 85%. That's our target population to teach. You may say, well, that's crazy. Why not step into the 10%? Because they got a little bit of money and they got a little bit more education, and you know, they seem to be a little bit more civilized. Yeah, right. And I'm laughing at that. Because that's the people who keep you deaf, dumb, and blind.
Okay, we're gonna take one question and that's it. I got somebody.
Okay.
So I speak, okay. The next question says, peace a BG is from Be Knowledge Allah. Said, peace a BG, that's an old civil rights bill. We need land of our own and independence. We would build on that. We should build on that.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with acquiring property, brother, and building it and getting your property together and y'all living on your property. All that's great. All that's good. I'm not knocking that. However, as you say, we need land and we need this and that and this and that. Let me run something by you real quick. The earth belongs to Allah. All of it. All of it belongs to Allah. We were the first people to walk it. It belongs to us. The earth belongs to Allah. You can buy your piece of land, your territory, and you can formulate what you want and grow on it what you want. Nothing wrong with that. People do that every day. People do that every day. It's just that when you get phased out of that, as a citizen, you have a right to say, I want to buy this property, I want to purchase this property, I want to put on this property, whatever I want to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with owning land. But we as 5% know the earth belongs to Allah.
You answer this question, I'm gonna let you
Period.
speak, all right?
I think that's my answer.
Yeah, new call. Please put a new call. All right.
What else we got? I heard a bell run go off. Somebody said something.
Yeah, I'm gonna call back in a few, what's the next question? Say, can you show us your flag? Because every picture we have seen of our universal flag at the beginning stages of the Street Academy and the crest of the crescent can be seen, so you can expound fully, so this doesn't get misinterpreted.
I don't understand the question.
Please. Yeah, we don't understand the question. It said, can you show your,
Let me answer that. When Universal Shamgar made the flag, that's the creator of the flag for the 5% nation, is Shamgar. And there's a piece in the Son of Man that tells you all about the flag and why the moon should never be above the 7. The 7 on the flag is dominate. The 7 is God. If you know the mathematics, 7 is God. The 7 is never to be the moon to rise above the 7. The crescent moon is behind the 7 and also the star. The star stands for the child, the crescent moon stands for the woman, and the 7 stands for the man. Man, woman, child. And the 7 is black. There should be no issues about the 5% flag. The flag can be explained. It was explained in The Son of Man. If you ever read The Son of Man or had a copy of The Son of Man, for which we was talking about bringing The Son of Man back into service again, we will have that in an issue of The Son of Man, because we still have issues of The Son of Man. Or another way is the Stromberg Library have The Son of Man. And if your library in your state or your city have access to the Stromberg Library, then you can get the issue that has the talk of the flag from Shamgar himself, the creator of the flag, telling you the things that I'm telling you right now. And the flag should have your name in your name, just like your woman's name. The flag that the women wear are no different than what we wear. And it's in their name. It comes in the sister's name. And the children have their flags. And their name should be on their flags, who they are. It's simple. That's the way it was. My daughter was a baby, and she had her flag in the name of Sheba. That's what her flag said. Didn't have my name on it, and I'm her father. I had her name on it. And she would have to grow up to live up to the flag, what it meant, and who she is. You have to come in your own name because you have to come and be who you are. I heard a brother say, when you look in the mirror, that you see Allah, and that's not true. He was trying to say what we taught years ago and still teach. Allah told us, many of us did not know our fathers, the men who fathered us. And he told us, don't worry about it. He said, because when you look in the mirror, you see your father. That's what he's told us. You don't see him because he did not father us physically. It's that simple. In fact, he came home in 67 and told us, I'm not your father, you know. I did not father y'all. That hurt many of us because, you know, emotionally we was that attached to him. We called him Father. We start calling Allah Father because in conversations amongst ourselves, other people would be listening. So we would say the Father this, the Father that, so they wouldn't know who we was talking about. But when he came home, he corrected that because some brothers' emotions was very strong. I was one of them. And, you know, he told us out and out, I'm not your father. You know, when you want to see your father, look in the mirror. Can you see your father? Back to that question.
It's gonna be 30 seconds, it's gonna cut off, then he's gonna call and we're gonna speak, then we're gonna wrap it.
Well, if
Another
you can
question?
get his questions up there.
Another question?
We're here.
Peace.
I have a question, how does a BG,
Peace, God.
I mean, it says B, I have a question, how does a BG feel about the direction of the 5% going now? And is anything being lacked? Anything lacking, I guess you want to say. Peace. Yeah,
Do we hear the brother?
we can't hear him. we're gonna have a brother call back. We'll take his. Is anybody put sound? We can hear him?
Oh, yeah, let me see.
Peace, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Peace, God. I've met you in the past, but I never got a chance to ask you some of the many questions that I've had. But the main question that I have now is, what should we do as gods in this nation to re-implement our dress code amongst our women and daughters?
Okay, having said that, could we take the call from the penitentiary
Yeah.
first, and then we can answer his question?
Right, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Hold on, bro.
All right, God.
Want me to put him on speaker?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. Okay, peace.
Hey,
What's your name, brother? Peace.
hey, you talking
Yeah,
this Messiah law, Supreme law. Can y'all hear me?
yeah, we can hear you, we can hear you, we can hear you. Let the
It's
brother,
gonna have to be the Messiah law, Supreme law. For those of you who don't know me, let me introduce myself. At the present time, I'm in the interior cipher. My physical degree is power wisdom, and I've been in the interior cipher for half of that. Now, I don't have a release date. I have a death sentence. So that should give you a little bit more clarity of where I'm at. I'm on death row. I got knowledge of self in 1986, but that's a story for another time. So let me just get into the meat of what I want to talk about. You know, being incarcerated here in North Carolina on death row, I've been totally disconnected from the nation for the last 26 years. It was only in August of 2022 that they lifted the gang classification off of the 5%ers. So until that time, I've been getting write-up after write-up after write-up for being in possession of the lessons and just building as a 5%er. But now that we've had that classification lifted, it has given us the opportunity here in the state of North Carolina to build on the lessons and to receive peace into the 5% nation. So immediately upon having that opportunity, I reached out to the brothers as I've been building with.
This call is from the North Carolina Correctional Facility.
I've been building with Father Supreme for the last 7 years. You know, we've had quite a journey with this that began with the CLET program, but the main thing was for me to get connected with the nation and learn my history. I always had 120. I had 120 since 1986. But what I didn't have was the history. What I didn't have was what we're getting today from my brother ABG. And that's very imperative because throughout my travels here in the prison system, I've come across a lot of brothers who haven't been taught right, who have pieces and bits, like Rakim would say, pieces and bits of lessons, and they mix it with something like Messi Nessa or something that they read in Carter D. Woodson's book or something like that, and they claim that that's knowledge of self. Well, that's some knowledge of who we are. That's not what Allah taught. And so and that's one of the reasons why we were validated as a gang. At least here in North Carolina, you have brothers running around saying that to become a 5%er, they had to go and smash a devil police. You know, and we all know that's not right and exact. And so having the knowledge and the understanding of 120 that I have, I've built with brothers that in my travels that I've come across, mostly in the hole because I'm on death row. So I don't have access to a lot of different brothers who who are interested in the teachings. Most of the brothers here where I'm at, they're Muslim or they're Christian or they're a gang member. You know, that's just the way it is. But for me, I've been the only 5% here on death row since I've been here. And every now and then when I go down to the hole, I come across younger brothers who are interested. As soon as they see the tassel on my crown, they know what that represents. And it intrigues them because they've heard so much about us, but they haven't come across anyone that could teach them. So now I circle back to when we had the gang classification lifted in August of 2022. I created a magazine called Cracking Adams. Now, you heard the brother mention about cracking the atom. It's just a little deeper than that. If you understand, you know, we deal with mathematics. We deal with the understandings and the meanings of words. So when you look at cracking, just real simple, cracking is to understand, to decipher. You know, in the atom, we all made up an atom. And so what do we teach? We teach knowledge of self. So the atom is symbolic to yourself. I read somewhere where Brother broke it down, he said, Adam is Allah, the original man. So what I'm saying is, decipher yourself, Allah, the original man, and come in your own name and understand who you are. So I created the magazine to communicate with brothers in the interior cipher as well as the free cipher, because I haven't had access to the 5% of paper. I haven't had access to the Son of Man. But at the same time, I understand my duty, and my duty is to teach. So that's what I created here in the interior cipher, the magazine Cracking Adams, as well as other things that Father Supreme and I have been dealing with over the years. And in that magazine, just to touch on what one of the brothers said, in issue 2 of our magazine, I have the breakdown that I got from Universal Sam God, the architect of our flag, and how he explained it. So if you're interested in getting it, we can make that available to you too. And with that, I'm gonna say peace.
Peace.
And to answer that brother question that was on there, oh, here's the brother right there. The brother question is, peace,
Can you hear us?
yes,
Ask the brother, can you hear us?
thanks again.
Yeah, you can hear us.
Say that again?
No, see Queen Truth. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
No, it's a brother, asked a question. If you want to make sure you hear him.
We see.
Oh, P. Yeah,
Here you go.
yeah. My divine attribute is Father Amir Allah Day. And again, my question was, what should we do to re-implement our dress code in this nation amongst our women and girls, at home and abroad?
The simplification for that, brother, is this. Allah didn't give us no dress code. We could dress the way we wanted. One day, Allah wore a dashiki and a kufi. And he told us he was wearing the dashiki and the kufi because the sister made it for him. When Allah got dressed, he dressed just like modern man. He dressed just like modern day man. Wasn't no specific dress, no bow ties, white shirts, or what. You could dress the way you wanted to dress. You understand? The brothers was telling the sisters, you had to do this, you had to do that. Allah came home, and the sisters wanted to know, could they wear slacks and pants to the picnics and stuff? And he said, yeah. But when they got outrageous with the dress, he said, y'all got to calm that down. He didn't put no dress code on us. I'm gonna say what I think I said earlier. Allah did not discipline us. He said we had to discipline ourselves. I think when you dress,
Caller from the North
that's
Carolina
showing
Correctional
your
Facility.
discipline. So you have to discipline yourself. You understand? So, but there's no dress code for the 5%. We don't have no special garments that we wear. No special garments. You know.
So why was we taught about 3-4? Because I remember distinctly coming up. All our women wore 3-4.
Brother, hold on. That's Muslim dress. We're not Muslims. We do not have a religion. We do have no religion. We respect people of all religions, but we have no religion whatsoever. I said that when they put the sign up at the school. We have no religion. We wasn't given a religion. Allah didn't come to us as a religious man. Allah came to us as a man, not a religious.
Again, my question is then why was our women wear 3/4 then? Because I don't consider that a religion for my women to be
That's
covered
the
up.
way the brothers wanted their women to dress. Women dress to please their men. Men dress to please their women. If you want your woman to wear 3/4, then that's your woman. And you tell her to wear 3/4. But I'll be damned if you're gonna come and tell my woman what to wear. Do you understand? I come in my name. You come in your name. If that's the way you want to dress, fine. All well and good. But you can't impose that on no brother or nobody else. There's such a thing, at least in this country, called freedoms that we wasn't even given. You understand? That's why I mentioned the 60s. There was a freedom in this country given to other people other than us. We was put underneath certain bondages. So why put your woman under that? If she wants to dress what makes her feel right, what makes her feel good, if you want to dress and what makes you feel good, why not do it? It makes you feel good. Today I'm sitting up to you with a shirt and a jacket on. Some days at my job, I had to wear a suit and a shirt and a tie because that's what we call for. And when I became employed, I signed a contract and put my name on it, that I would abide by the rules and laws of that institution that I was working for. And I had to live up to that. I couldn't come looking any old kind of way. But at home, I can dress the way I want to dress. And on the street, when I'm not taking care of business, I can dress any way I want to dress. That's your part of your freedom, your right. You can't say, well, what's our dress code? Because we all don't dress the way you dress. I'm seeing from your picture how you dress. I don't dress like that. But do I knock the way you dress? No, you my brother. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're talking about when it comes to men, but I just can't accept my woman walking the street naked.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. Listen, that's what I'm saying. You can't accept your woman. But every woman is not your woman. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear. I definitely hear you loud and clear. It's just, you know.
Yeah, I know. You know, you can't accept your woman dressing like that. Can you accept other women dressing the way they want to dress? Can you accept their independence of you?
Well, on a personal level, yeah, because, you know, using my own physicals as an example, when they come around, their woman is not dressed in, you know, like a female, feminine, as I would say, I don't, you know, condemn them or try to push them away. But I do have rules when it comes to my house. Any woman coming to my house, she got to be dressed in a skirt.
There you go.
She can come without a head wrap, but you got to come. I remember, you know, just to give a little history of myself, when I got my first apartment at 19 years old, my mother came to my house and tested me. She came to my door with pig on her face. My mother didn't even wear pig and pants on. And I let her in and she was shocked. And she said, you ain't gonna kiss your mother. I kissed her on the forehead as a sign of respect. And then we sat down. I told her, I said, yo, I don't let nobody in my house just on the way that y'all raised me, especially no female. You can't come in here dressed like no man. Da, da, da. I said, but you're my mother. So I gave space for that to happen. And after that, she never did that again. But that was just her testing me. So coming up, like I said, in this nation as a young guard, I ain't never seen no sister that said she was
Johnny, why you still got the
with her
trash in
body
there?
parts
With
hanging
the
out.
bugs and the rats.
That was my thing that I was striving to get, because even when I came around the nation, you know, doing from 2011 to now, because that's when I came home from the P now.
You want
I
to take the
always
trash
made
out
it-
before I take my clothes off?
Always made it a thing to have my woman dressed, you know, in 3/4. And other brothers were saying, no, we don't have to do that. So that's why I wanted to ask you that question.
Yeah, well, like I'm saying, brother, that's your household. You understand? How you would like people to come around and respect you. You understand? I understand that. And like you started out saying, my woman. You understand? So that's, like I said, and I'm gonna say it again. Your woman dresses to please you. You understand? Now, to be who she is, she dresses according to what she want to wear. Allah never put no restrictions on the sisters. In fact, I understand what period you're talking about the sisters wearing 3/4. But when we went up to Bear Mountain, and the sisters, Allah planned a trip for us to Bear Mountain, and the sisters wanted to wear pants and slacks and things like that, so they could relax up in there. He said, yeah, he gave them the right to wear what they wanted to wear. He gave them that freedom. And Allah came out of the mosque. He was in the mosque. He was FOI in the mosque. And he was women to wear slacks and everything.
What I remember about that trip, to add on what you said, I wasn't physically there, but I spoke to brothers because we used to go to trips up to Bear Mountain because of that years later.
Right.
But I was young when that incident happened. But speaking to brothers of that time, I was told that because brothers started acting, you know, savage, lusting after the sisters and all that, that's when the father started teaching sisters to wear refinement. But you could see an earth anywhere in this country, and you could tell an earth from a Muslim woman because they don't wear their clothes the same.
Yeah, but like you just said, brothers lusting. Listen to what you're saying. Brothers lusting after sisters. What? Why are they lusting after the women?
Because their body hanging out. And that's natural.
But where that teaching come from? I don't care what's hanging out. Where that teaching coming from? If you got the knowledge of yourself and the knowledge of her, where's the lusting coming from? It's coming from I told you we was deaf, dumb, and blind for 6,000 years. If you're a man in charge of your own self and your faculties, I wouldn't care. A woman could walk in front of you naked. She's still a woman. You respect her. On top of that, she's a human being. Respect her as a human being. You may say, sister, maybe you need to put on some clothes. She said, I prefer to dress like this. And you said, well, suit yourself. That's not for you. You don't want that.
True indeed.
Respect that other being.
And pardon me, brother, and having said that, we got somebody else with their hand up.
Yeah,
Their brother
well.
just called in.
Yeah, be knowledge allowed to speak.
Peace, bro.
Peace, brother.
Peace, peace. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, peace. This is B Knowledge Allah. I have a couple things. One thing, the brother Born Almighty just put in the chat these pictures, and clearly you see Jaki, Hashim, Akim, Knowledge God in the first picture. And the second picture, you see Ralik and Universal Sham God. And right there, those pictures have the moon so-called over the 7. That's the first point I want to make. Second, when I asked about the land, I wasn't referring to no farm or no couple acres a brother could get. I'm saying, why isn't the proposition out there to have an actual national territory for our own? Are we not supposed to have an independent government of 5% nation, not just a farm? I'm saying when we talk about land and laws and all this, where's the conversation of our own proposed national territory? Peace.
Well, brother, if you want a piece of land, the way they got the earth carved up, you know, if you want a piece of land, you're gonna have to take land from somebody. You understand?
No, that's not,
well, what are you talking about?
Historically, politically, there are several methods of land acquisition, and one of them is conquest. Yes. However, I'm asking, when Allah taught we need land of our own, and I asked about that, why is that switched to like oh, you can get some land, you could get some land. No, I'm asking about us having land as a nation.
Well,
Peace.
I'm telling you, as a nation, and we're in all 50 states, you would have to take land from somebody. Now, who you propose to get, what you gonna buy somebody's land? What you gonna do? How you gonna get this? How you gonna acquire this?
Okay, I have the answer. I said there are historically, politically, there are several methods of land acquisition. One of them is conquest. That's what you're talking about. However, the same way Allah went to the government and they gave him land in a school, why can't we multiply that same proposition and have that? That's an answer. Didn't they give us something? So why can't we have more and govern it independently, as opposed to this narrative of, oh, we just do what the government say, follow the Constitution.
Listen to what you're saying. I'm listening to what you're saying. And we here in the United States of America, I'm listening to what you're saying. And you say they gave Allah. They didn't give Allah. John V. Lindsay took land from the Haru Act, not Haru Act, from who was those people?
I want to make sure you listen.
Who was those people?
Commonwealth.
Commonwealth? No, he took land from Urban League. He took that land from the Urban League. The Urban League had the property that the school is on. And Lindsay took the land from the Urban League and gave it to Allah. Now, that was the property for the school, the purpose of the school. Now, what you're talking about, here is a government that's going to give you land. And a few years later, who knows? Because the government give it, take it from you. Simple. It's that simple. It's no big thing. Allah taught in simplicity, brother.
Hey, BJ, get it. I'm asking, why is that not a talk from you older brothers that we need independence? That's what I'm asking.
You have independence, and the independence we have, like I said, get yourself registered to vote. That's your independence. That's your power in this country, in the United States of America. I don't know what you can do in other countries, but I know in this country, here, basically you have to go through the government, and anything this government give you, they can take back.
Okay, so before I end, so I'm saying our firstborn HBG is telling me that the popular vote, which is overridden by the Electoral College, is our independence. That's one thing I'm hearing. And two, about the flag, that's what we got to go back to, because the pictures are in the chat. Because we're saying about Shamgar, what he wrote in the Sun of Man.
Listen, the brothers are making the flag now. I told you what Universal Shamgar did when he made the flag. And there's brothers making their own flags.
No, there's a picture in the chat right now of Shamgar and Raleigh with the flag we're talking about that you're saying isn't right and exact.
Right, because Shamgar is saying that the 7 always dominates the flag, and the moon should always never be above the flag. That's what I'm saying.
Right, and the picture is opposite of that, Lord.
Well, I'm telling you the truth. The picture, if you want the flag right and exact, that's the way it's supposed to be. Brothers, brothers brothers have went out and made their own flags.
Okay. That's fine. So the picture with Shamgar standing right in front of it, he's standing in front of the wrong flag that he made. That's what you're saying.
I'm saying the flag is not right and exact. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, peace.
Yeah, peace. Yeah. What's your brother name again?
My name be Knowledge Allah.
Be Knowledge Allah. Let me ask you this question. In the 5th degree to 1 to 40, what does that say? I mean, let me say this. We got 57,255,000 square miles of land. Is that correct?
Cool.
Right. 159,685 of water.
Okay. When we add that up, what's that?
196,940,000 square miles.
Okay. The whole planet Earth is our home. Which one is more to have as far as the thought?
That's a whole philosophical type of, we so deep that we're going to say the whole Earth is ours. I could say Mars is ours, Jupiter is ours, Sirius star system is ours, the Capricorn star system is ours, because I'm God of the universe. I'm saying practically right now here on this planet, where coming from our older brothers is the proposition to be on our own. The answer to answer with me with the land, the whole planet is ours. What are you talking about right now?
All right, well, first of all, brother, we're not gonna be using profanity. You're supposed to be civil. I was at today's mathematics, what's the meaning of civilization? Ain't nobody come with no profanity. At the same duration of time as this is what I'm telling you is this. The
What
same,
profanity?
let's listen, new to knowledge. What I'm telling you is you've been seeing on a consistent basis what's been happening over there in Israel and Gaza. You've been seeing the colleges here with the critical thinking talking about in regards. So I don't care if it's the president from Harvard, Catherine Gay. I don't care if it's at Columbia University. I don't care if it's at NYU. The reality to it is the whole planet Earth is our home. Within the 16th degree, it says, in the 1 to 40, we teach freedom, justice, equality to all the human families of planet Earth. So you trying to say we're gonna limit ourselves as an independent basis on far some dirt? A nation is land, a language as well as the people. All people come from us. What nation are you talking about? When we first got on here, I said before, Allah made it known in regards to those that came before me, that for us to show and prove who we are, we gotta go up underneath the government. We got over 330 million people plus within the United States. That's not the whole world, but we don't understand that in regards to what does the 34th degree say to 1 to 40? Can we reform him, devil?
That's the first degree ABC and them got. If you want to talk history, I know.
Understand what I'm saying. I'm not talking about land acquisition. When we first got on here, the reality to it is this. I'm just saying, I'm hearing the question that you asking the brother. And for me, it was like a sarcastic overtone in regards to how you speaking. My main thing, I'm not here to censor you. If you want to get a piece of dirt, a piece of land and saying that you God, then that's your concept for you. What I'm saying is, brother, is this. I'm hearing what you're speaking about, but you limited to a land. We got 2122 7th Avenue, a law school in Mecca, the headquarters, right? At the same time,
why do you think I'm limiting? That's what I'm asking. I said to have a national territory. What makes you think I'm proposing a state like New Jersey as opposed to the whole planet?
I'm not saying that you just finished.
No. Listen. I said we need a national territory. What makes you think I'm talking about a piece of dirt as opposed to the whole planet?
So you said land. Ain't 3/4 of the earth covered by water? You said land. Ain't land 57,255,000 square miles of land?
Okay, if you want to talk, then what is the water covering?
Ain't planting something grown and made from the beginning?
What is the water covering?
Brother, listen. Okay, let me say it. We geographically, could you make the rally? Could you come to the rally? Because we got other people asking different questions. Your point is duly noted, but at the same duration time, today's mathematically dealing with civilization. Okay? You can come to the rally. Any question that's not being asked for you, then the bottom line, you come to the rally. If not, you can email Son of Man Inc. Okay? The bottom line to what I'm trying to tell you is the fact we got other individuals that have other questions in regards to what we're trying to do on a collective basis. We ain't trying to have no.
Father Supreme, let me get the floor, please.
So you saying Allah never taught us to have random?
Can I get the floor, Father Supreme?
Yes, Shamgar, okay.
Hey, be knowledge Allah. Peace. This is God, Sham God. Let me ask you something. How long you been?
I'm gonna let you ask me whatever, but I don't appreciate just being muted and cut off.
You're not muted, God. You're not.
No,
muted.
He muted me.
I just unmuted. But he's controlling the meaning. My question to you: how long you been in the teachings?
You said for yourself. Which Sham God am I talking to?
You talking to Black Sea Sham God.
Peace, God. I've been in the teachings since this degree, acknowledge God. I'm understanding Added Cipher.
Okay, have you down? I know, and I'm asking this question because I want to ask you: did you ever hear the tape of Almighty God Allah?
Yes, Otisville.
Yeah, yes. Have you heard it?
Yes.
Did you understand it? Did you truly understand? Because what you asked him is in that tape. He told us that he did not want us to go up underneath no other government because we might want to make this our home. That's what he told us.
Wait, how's that what I'm asking?
Because you asking about you saying a national thing. Listen, man has choice. And if it's a national thing, aren't we all over the planet Earth? Aren't we in different countries? You just talking about one specific geographical location that the nation should migrate to?
No,
Is
no,
that
no, no, no. I
okay?
said
Then you explain it. Then.
Old territory that we can all
No.
come together to seek.
But you got to further explain that, God.
That
Really?
okay. So that's what I'm saying. It's being assumed what I'm talking about because geopolitically, we've been taught a territory means, oh, go buy this piece, oh, go buy that piece, or go war with these people and take this over. I'm saying we need to come together. God Supreme taught me when he first went to go see who Allah was and what he was talking about. The first thing he heard Allah talking about was freedom, justice, equality, and land of our own. And that one day we'll have land of our own. And he even taught me that those that get married up under the government will not be allowed to live there. They'll only be allowed to visit. So where does this narrative come from then about land of our own?
But what about those? What about those that you said that? What about those that ain't married that don't want to live there? Then what? Come on, let's be practical with what you're saying. Right now in the state, I'm talking about today in 2024.
Facts, okay.
We cannot agree universally on one thing because Allah gave us a free mind. When he taught us, he said, I'm taking your mind from up underneath the devil so that y'all can have free mind and free choice, that you can do as you please. And that's what we do. The last Sunday of every month, we have a parliament. Every year, we have a show and prove. People from all over the world do what? They come to Mecca. Now, if you want to have something that we build about what you're saying, I don't find it a problem. But I'm saying you can't govern. Did you ever see the movie Animal Farm?
No.
Okay, this was a movie, and after that, I'm gonna give the floor back to y'all. This was a movie that the cruelty that the humans was to the animals. And the animals overturned the humans and ran them off the farm to govern themselves. You know who was the power? The pigs. That's who was the power. The hog was the government. What they did was they took some dogs and starved them to death, and anyone that was up against them or try to come against them, then they let them dogs out to kill them. So I'm saying that to have a choice to govern yourself, we free and independent, bro. I'm not gonna put myself in no box or put my family in no box. Because as the brothers say, man, we got 196 million miles, 940,000. All of this is ours for us to be free to move as excuse me?
That was somebody else.
Okay. But to move as we so desire to move. That's all that it is.
Okay.
That's all that it is.
I just want to be sure that I was hearing that we're really not supposed to come together and build land and stuff. Okay.
No, we not. I'm a homeowner. And that's by choice. You know what I tell people at a certain degree about home ownership? I say do it while you're young, because as you get older, you're gonna get tired of it and you ain't gonna really want it no more. The only thing about a home is that you got equity in it, that when you sell it, you got gold. But as far as somebody in their 50s and 60s, trying to buy a home, I ask them, do you really want the headache? Because you take everything off of somebody else and it's all on you now. And if you ain't financially situated and you ain't got it financially together, you're going to run into a lot of problems and everything. I bear witness that each and every individual, I've been in this nation 59 years. And you know why I stayed? Not because of another man. I stayed because I understood that when I came into these teachings, I was getting the knowledge of myself.
Mhm.
That's why I'm still here, because I understand the knowledge of myself.
That's peace.
And each man and woman and child must understand and come to that same agreement. Because if the person that you might be following, they fall a victim, what are you going to do? Fall a victim now? So understand what we are in and understand the dynamic of Allah. Allah told us a lot of stuff in that day and time. I heard ABG tell you, brothers and sisters, that how the Father taught him. The Father taught, I came in this at 12 years old. The very first book of life that I got in this nation was from Allah. And it was the whole 120 degrees in 1968 in December. Because I was in Otisville Training School with Allah Freedom, Karate Allah Freedom, and a God named Hameen. He changed his name to God Allah, may he rest in peace. And we was in an institution, and he gave each one of us our own book of life, and he told us, teach the brothers from this. So this way you ain't got no problem about what lessons somebody got, because y'all all got the same thing. And the same thing he told, like I told you, I was 12 years old. It wasn't until 1967 when he examined me and some brothers from my neighborhood. And the first thing he did was ask us, who was the 5%? What is the meaning of conversation? What is the duty of a civilized person? Who was the 85%? And believe it or not, we was all stumped because we didn't know it. And we had years of this teaching, but we was children, 12 to 15 years old. And he explained to us, how can you say you something and you can't even identify? So he told us to study from 14 to 20. And when he examined us and he seen that we knew it, he said, go back to where y'all at in your lesson. But it's crazy for you to say, I'm this and I'm that, but yet and still when a man asks you about it, you can't explain it. So he didn't teach, and BG is the seventh born. I'm not the seventh born, but I got the same teachings that he got as me being a 12, 13, 14, 15 years old. And after that, the father went home. The last time I set eyes on Allah was December 1968, when I came home on the furlough. And I ain't even gonna tell you what he told us, but we were surprised as all hell when June 13 came and we found out our father was assassinated. So, listen to what is. You have to decide how you're gonna live this. There is basic principles in this, and we do not need to reinvent the wheel in what we need to do. The Father told us one thing, teach. That's what he told us to do. He said, as long as y'all teach, everything is going to be all right and everything going to go your way, but teach. And he didn't tell us to teach no babies. So get that out of your head. Because all he had was teenage children. That's who he had. Teenagers, adolescents, not babies. Because if they're a baby, they need to be with their mama until she turn them over to us to teach. So when you talking to somebody and they talk about Allah said teach the baby, that's a lie. And my name is God Sham God. I'm the Black Sea.
Wow.
Peace.
Hey.
Man, what the fuck? Hey, yo, peace, God. Peace. Yeah, this high shame, man. Hey, listen, man, I'm listening to this meeting. What's the purpose of this meeting? That's number one. What was the whole purpose of this meeting? I'm not clear about it.
Well, the main purpose of this meeting.
Is it clear? Is it clear?
Unity.
Hashim, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're going in and out, but I can get most of you. Come on.
Okay. Yeah, the purpose of this meeting is because, our brother, ABD touched base with me and let me know the brothers in, Victory Allah, Virginia, wanted him to come down there to, the region meeting. That's in August.
Damn.
And as me and you spoke before, like I said, you know, my main thing, I'm always focused on making sure my brother don't have anything too mentally, physically taxed on him with his health. So I said, instead of making that long trip on the road, let's do video conferencing, because I know the brothers had questions they want to ask him, and that's why we had this meeting.
Okay. Please, God, listen. I didn't hear most of what you said. You hear me? Can you? Peace.
Yeah, please.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah, God, there's a lot of with the lines. I can't speak and be heard because it keep going in and out. But I'm hearing a lot of information. You can't hear me, right?
I can hear you. I can hear
Yeah,
you.
we can hear you.
Yeah,
Okay.
Hashi, hold on 1 second.
So I'm hearing
Father
some.
Hold on, Hashi. Father Supreme, tell everybody to mute their phones, and this way you won't hear the echo. The God can speak.
And everybody mute their phones so Hashim can speak, because like interference, we can't really hear him that good. Everybody mute their phone, we can hear Hashim. Good, Hashim.
Peace, God. Y'all can hear me, right? Peace. Peace, God. I'm listening to my uncles, and each and every one of us that's here listening got the knowledge the way we got it, so we're able to think for ourselves. At least I would like to. At least I would like to think so, right? So there's a lot of things that are being said that are very disturbing, especially the last part that I just heard here with the God saying that the father didn't. You said forget about it, get it out your head. That he didn't think about the babies. It was the team. We understand that, but for you to put it, you have a lot of young on this line, I'm sure. It's not what we're saying, it's how we can reach the hearts of the young to make sure that they truly understand what it is that we learned from our predecessors, the ones that were before us. You understand? So, I really don't want to say anything because I know a lot of people look for me to say stuff, right? And, this has always been for me a group thing where we come, and when I come outside, all the guards is outside. I'm going to see the guards, and we're going to stimulate each other with mathematics, all right? And in that, we growing and we learning different things that directs and shapes our life the way we need it to be directed and shaped. So if young guards came on here and they got the knowledge the way that they got it, right? It's nothing wrong with y'all coming on to say anything about the way that y'all got it, but there's a lot of things that you're saying is just absolutely don't make no sense. And I really need you to understand that. And I don't know, is it because of the generation or just because just where we want to be at, what we learned. And that's cool too, God. But overall, this is a moving on world. This world stays moving on, especially when we start making babies and they grow and things is changing. You see the government, you see everything that's going on. So, we here because a lot of brothers have great ideas as to how we can come together and really be the nation that we
I think he's disconnected.
We lost them. Need to be. And this, I beg to differ with a lot of the things that I'm hearing, like ABG being the father of Medina. I understand the relationship you had with my father and his brothers, but I also understand that I have one father, and his name is Allah. So for you to say you the father of anything about Medina, you telling me I got two fathers. And that is misinformation. You understand? Now, if you want to understand it that way because, that's the way it happened, then so be it. But don't be splitting atoms. That's what I be talking about. We all one mind. We always been that way. Every time we got together, even when we disagreed, at the end of the day, we agreed. You got to go study your lessons or whatever the case may be.
Right? So.
Right, God. So come on, God, please, man, because it's paining me. And I love y'all. I love my older brothers. I love my uncles. I love my brothers, man. God, please, man, let's. I hope the meaning of this meeting is for everybody to get on the same page. And I'm hearing them young brothers, and them young brothers is they know what they talking about. You understand what I'm saying? So if we listen to them, we got to understand that they know what they talking about. And another thing, for a lot of us older individuals, they know a lot more what's going on with this world that we in, this new world. So yeah, we're going to tell them things because we're going to guide them. We're supposed to do that. The old is held responsible for the young. But God, please do not give any misinformation. If you don't know, don't just start talking just because you just want to be talking. Like you, because you think you who you are around here. Come on, man. Don't do that to us. Give it to us right, or don't give it to us at all. And that's my bill for now. If I need to.
Peace to the God, peace to the God. God Ron Do want to add on to the cipher. I'm in here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I tapped in a little late, but I heard the God speaking about, we are not a religion. That's right and exact. Definitely not a religion. Islam is a culture, way of life. But I have a question. The God Born Reality put me on this link, and I'd like to say peace to the God, Sham God, peace, Sham God. I have a question about what's going on within the P-Now institutions here in the Carolinas regarding certain teachers are not being allowed to be taught in the belly of the beast. Now, I know and understand being here in the Carolinas for 32 years and working for the Department of Juvenile Justice and other agencies, county government agencies here, that they do look at the nation of 5%, nation of gods on earth as a gang. We all know that, right? And I think that there are certain municipalities or certain laws and legislations that are allowing the teachings to be implemented within the jails. Now, being down here in the South is a different animal. And I say that because I had to debate, or should I say, I had to challenge some people I work with within the Department of Juvenile Justice when they had different law enforcement officers to come in and train us to let us know, hey, they got these gangs here, they got this gang here. When they spoke about the 5% nation, I stood up as an employee of the Department of Juvenile Justice and told them, no, that is not right and exact. We are not a gang. So I think my question is, because we are not, we're looked at as a gang, and in these areas here, they look at us as, they're not recognizing us as a religion. Let's look at from state legislators, right? There are entities that are being allowed to be taught within the jail systems, and also in the area of land or property, there are entities that are being given land and property because they are deemed, quote unquote, a religion. So my question is this here. Do we, or is it a strategy that we must take, knowing we're not going to be manifesting ourselves as religion? Okay, right, we're not. At the same time, do we take another step or approach to these entities here in the Carolinas and say, hey, okay, we're not a religion, but how do we identify ourselves to be able to implement the teachings within the P-Nows here in the Carolinas, when I know for a fact that's like when you're looking at legislation and laws, it's almost like I don't foresee them bending our way because of that Mason-Dixon line with just being a dirty, dirty South. So is it wise to, I guess my question is do we do it another way to be seen as not quote unquote a religion, but to be identified as a nation that can come in and debunk the legislators, because they have laws here that's blocking us in the Department of Justice. They have the Department of Justice recognize us as a gang. What do we do? What's the strategy? Because I'm trying on my end. I have a brother who is my brother-in-law who just was voted the chief of staff for the Department of Corrections. Now, that's my brother-in-law, been married to my sister for 30 years. So I'm trying to figure out, I'm gonna have to go sit with my brother-in-law and respect it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Let us answer the question, okay?
Yeah, I'm sorry. So yeah, I'm gonna take my question off. Thank you for the response.
And then,
Father Supreme and ABG. This is Allah's mathematics. I'm on call. I'm on this call if you want me to answer that, being that we're the one that handles the prisons at the law school in Mecca.
right. Yeah, okay, then, I be mathematics. I want you to come in after Messiah Law, then I want you to get in build, all right?
All right, Mighty, peace.
All right, peace. Get Messiah Law, get it.
Yeah, go ahead.
My call is about to cut off. I'll call back and follow up on him. Go ahead, brother.
All right. Okay. I be Allah's mathematics.
Peace for everybody that's on the call. My righteous name is IB, Allah's mathematics. I'm the liaison for the Office of Cultural Management at a law school in Mecca in Region 1. For the brother that's speaking about North Carolina, in August of 2022, North Carolina Department of Corrections now recognized the nation of God's earth. I just took a call today from Green Rock Correctional Facility from a Chaplain Huff. They just approved our universal flag, as being recognized as a pendant, cultural pendant to be worn. What we have been doing to all institutions and states across the United States of America has been using the Intelligent Tariq case, which is the Maria versus Brodus, and the Panayotti versus Anucci case, as the foundation cases to be used at institutions all across the United States. Being that you in Region 4, we also send the Coward versus Robinson case, which is the case that came out of Victory of Law, as the case when it comes to these teachings. After that, after we are contacted, what happened is we send to the head of ministerial services, because that's who is usually ran by in all the institutions, is the head of ministerial services. We send them our facilitators manual and our power presentation manual packet. That's what we went in to train New York State Department of Corrections Ministerial and Program Services. We did a PowerPoint presentation. And what we did was we created a manual that's also being sent to institutions. We sent it to Texas. We sent it to California. Now, like I said, today I just received a call from Green Rock. So the juvenile institution might be a little different. There was not a court case in North Carolina. And that's really some of the problems come at that. Because when these brothers is filing grievances and after they exhaust their administrative remedies, they are filing motions. And what the state is doing is instead of going to court because it will cost them, they are just settling and just giving them bits and pieces, of our way of life. It happened to be, that's what North Carolina did. Instead of going to court, North Carolina just agreed, to recognize us and give them bits and pieces. Like they're not recognizing the education for food, which is one of the most important honor days that we should have alongside the law's physical. So right now we have guards, I believe in Nash, and them filing grievances to try to push that, so the education showing proof could be recognized, as a day of observance inside the interior cipher. But for the guard, if you want to contact us, you can contact the Office of Cultural Management. We will send you all the material needed, for you to be able to whatever build or fight that you're going to put together with the administration down there. But it's also good that somebody that's affected by it, that's within, that's in the interior, argue and fight for the case, for some fact, because the courts will recognize it a little bit more better if a person is actually affected by it because they feel that their constitutional right is being violated. So if you could, send a letter to the Office of Cultural Management, or you could take my mathematics. My mathematics is on cipher, build and destroy, understanding knowledge, power, culture, wisdom, knowledge, and give me a call directly, and we can exchange information. I can get all the information you need to start your fight and build down there, Lord.
Appreciate that, God. God, what I did was I sent you that direct message. My number, I didn't get a chance to actually write your number down, but anyway, I was also speaking on behalf of South Carolina. So I was on a call last week. So if those brothers, that information you just conveyed, if I reach out to them, let them know that you have that information as well, because I was really speaking on South Sea, even though I'm in Charlotte. That's powerful, God. So thank you so much for that information.
I'm the one. Yes, Lord. I'm the one who sent the information down there with understanding, going to court on Knowledge Understanding Day.
Okay,
I'm the one who sent that
right. Okay,
information,
God.
Lord. So I'm
Peace to
already on
God.
top of that, Lord. I'm
Peace to
already on
God.
top of that.
Peace to the God. Peace to the God. Appreciate that.
Never said that, the trial law. You want to add on that?
Yeah, please. Ron doing is solid. This is Messiah law. I'm on death row in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I didn't catch everything that Bobby Mathematics said, but it was August 2022 that they like he said, they pretty much they settled and they came in and they started posting up memos that we could get, 5% literature and things of that nature, but it's under the heading of Nation of Gods and Earth. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm the only 5%er, to my knowledge, according to the chaplain in Central Prison. So it's a situation where we need the support of the brothers on the outside, because you still have a lot of brothers, as I mentioned earlier, they just don't know. So it's a matter of, not just being acknowledged and recognized to practice what, our way of life, but we also need to enlighten the people here on the administration on what's going on, and also bridging that gap to have a dialogue for people to understand exactly what we teach and exactly how we live our lives, because that's what's lacking.
Peace to the God. Peace. Peace. Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you. Peace.
Peace. This born king of law. Peace, God. God, I just this is sad, God. And the reason why it's sad, God, is because there's like ABG, peace to the God, Father Supreme, peace to the God. This is sad because I've been working since 2003, right? To free this nation from persecution and theological discrimination behind bars, walls, and fences. In 2003, I created the National Office of Cultural Affairs. My co-founder is Powerful Ruler Nation, Allah, who's no longer with us. I worked on the Maria versus Broadus case. When I say I worked on it, I met with his attorneys. That's on that legal side. Then on the nation side, I brought his case to the nation's attention at the Universal Parliament, where I got the nation to come down and support the case at downtown. And there's pictures of the guards who went to the actual case, and Born Justice and them got on the stand. Akil got on the stand. Okay, God? And so we won that case. And when I won the case, right, Lord? When we won the case, right? Intelligent Tarif, right? When we won the case, we met with the Department of Corrections, right? When they used to be in the state office building, right? God, Allah B was with me, Duma, God, all our big brothers was with me. And I'm talking about the National Office of Cultural Affairs. Now, God, now we talk about the peace, God, I'm building, God. When we talk
God,
about
you cut another God off that was building. He on death row. You need to be quiet and let the God.
Yo, God, hold on. First of all, the God that
hold on, God, you being disrespectful.
Who's this speaking now, trying to interrupt
God, Eternal
me?
Crown Prince of Law, God, you being disrespectful.
Okay, that's peace, God. I'm giving the nation the history on our struggle, and I know that God that's on death row.
But then you should let him speak.
I deal with that God.
You're being disrespectful.
Emphatically now, Cypher. What I'm doing is I waited my turn, and this is my time, and you need to fall back. Hey, yo, God, mute yourself, God.
My name's
because
not
I'm
yo,
dropping
God.
real
My name is
history.
Eternal Crown Prince of Law. Mute your goddamn self. You're being disrespectful.
Peace.
Yeah, Messiah, peace.
I'm not him.
Peace. This is Messiah Law. Brother, you came into the conversation was a little aggressive, and I've spoken to you a number of times. And one of the first things you told me when I spoke to you, and this was before it was even approved, was that brothers ain't thinking about us in here. The brothers ain't thinking about us in here. That's what you told me. Out your mouth. I've been building with Father Supreme since from 20 17.
This call is from a North Carolina correctional facility.
What I'm hearing from you is a bunch of what I've done. What I've done. I'm on death row. I've been fighting a death sentence for 26 years. I've seen 33 executions, and I've been standing on my square since then. Day one, by myself, and I'm reaching out to the nation talking about what I'm doing. What are we doing? Yeah, that's the, I tip my hat to you, brother. I'm very grateful to you for fighting for us, but it's more than just getting accolades to slap on your sleeve. It's what are you doing? You're as good as your last hit. What you doing now? And when you sit here saying that you're hurt, I'm hurt. Because every time I call, speaking to you, since it's personal, every time I call to speak to you, it's about a book you wrote. You trying to sell me something. I'm trying to connect with brothers to see what we can do. Because we have a youth that's out there that needs guidance. That's my interest. Yeah, I'm on death row. My interest is getting off, but as power and wisdom, you know what I'm saying? I'm still living my life by doing my duty as a sinner. And that's the truth. Wherever I'm at, by any means.
That's peace, God.
That's my concern. That's my concern.
Peace, Almighty.
That's why I'm on this phone. Fonzel. Peace.
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 All right.
Peace. This Infinite Allah. Peace. Can y'all hear me?
Peace.
Peace. We can hear you. Peace.
Peace.
Peace. Peace. Listen, y'all, right? Peace, y'all. This is Infinite Allah. Listen, right? I just want to say something, right? Tarif, right? When he started bringing this case, right, in front of the body, right? Like Born King said, right? Nation, right? It was Shati, it was myself, it was a brother named Life. We was all in Elmira, right? And what happened was we wasn't really getting no support at first when the guard brought this case to make it legit. We was having hell in New York State prisons saying we was the guards. We was going on all kind of banners to teach the Moorish science, the Nation of Islam, and all kind of banners, right? So what we did was we kind of had to shield the guard because administration in Elmira was on the guard. I mean, we literally had to make sure the guard wasn't participating in a lot of things, kept them active, kept them motivated on the case. So my thing is this, right? After the case was heard and we was like permitted to have classes, they still didn't recognize us as being a religious body. They still had us under the gang because they had a lot of brothers that were saying they was God was underneath this banner of the 212s and the Crips and all that other type of stuff. So the administration didn't know where to, you know, who the guards was at that point. It was really hard for the guards in the state of New York to manifest that we was the guards. I mean, because after all these years and all the stuff that our older brothers went through, man, right, in the state of New York, it was a bad stigma for the guards teaching in the belly of the beast. However, you know, it was like everybody was coming at us. When Nation came home, he was able to push it a little further, and Tariq was able to push it a little further as well as Born King. But that left a real big burden because in the belly of the beast, there wasn't too many older brothers that was in there that knew about this nation. You had a lot of brothers that got knowledge inside the belly. I was unfortunately to sit down with a lot of them brothers outside me having knowledge in the street to bring the knowledge in there. So my thing was this, right? Once a lot of older brothers left and it got really, really, really tough because brothers didn't want to say they was the guards. They didn't want to say that because it was so much of a gang activity inside there that they wasn't saying it. They had guards actually hitting other guards. Yes, I mean, literally. I I mean, literally, I had to go to different penitentiaries, man, and literally step to a lot of brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? They had brothers, and it was crazy about it. A lot of our older brothers that was inside penitentiaries when they kids was kids.
You hear her. Peace,
Listen,
God.
listen, God. Let me build, God.
I'm listening. What I'm saying is, I told you like before when we started this, come to the rally, you want to get and continue your bill. All right? My main thing, the brother said what he had to say in regards to far as the penitentiary, let that elevation on. As far as who's your hero, we could build in person, brother. Come to the rally.
I do be coming to the rally, God, but this is something everybody got to hear because this is a national platform that you put out there. A lot of guys is not fortunate to come to the rally to hear this bill. I mean, what a lot of
that's not building, God.
Listen, God, let me finish. Let me just say this, God.
Yeah, you hear him.
Let me just say this, God. Let me just say this. What a lot of mathematics is doing with the penitentiary, I wish they would have did that when I was inside. You know what I'm saying? Because he's making, I'm sending other brothers because I be all over, up in 95 in different states, God, manifested. It's a lot of guys I'm running into that's coming home, God. And I understand what AB is doing because when I was going through stuff, when the Seaside of Power jumped on the guard, I wrote outside. AB said stop getting high and all that type of stuff, right? I'm in the box, dog.
Yeah,
Listen,
but
dog,
That's peace. That's peace. That's peace, God. But
That's
now
peace,
wisdom.
but that's
Now
Bill,
wisdom.
God.
You hear him. And the wisdom born degree, you got ones that was Yaku's followers and ones that was his people. So anybody that was incarcerated, including myself, we fell victim. So I understand the thoughts you suppressing that you revealing now. We're not going to continue this on this platform right now. We got other individuals to build. Okay? I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, brother. However, like I said before, I want to let you beat this orderly.
Peace, Jesse Born Law. Peace, Jesse Born Law. Can we hear the elder? Can we hear from the elder?
Peace, God. Judge Jameek here. Just wanted y'all to know that I'm here. I don't know how long I'll be here, but peace to the God. I bear witness. Let's go.
Let's hear from the elder, ABG.
Peace.
Yeah, you can speak. Elevation.
Elevation.
Peace.
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 He's right there. You got something. Yeah, you can speak.
I got hair for you. Oh.
Hey, can everybody that's not building mute, please?
Put your phone on mute, bro.
Roger, Roger.
Elevation.
Yeah, elevation. You can speak. I muted everybody else for you.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace, we hear you. I'm here. Elevation, just getting back from the Street Academy. We have a Street Academy here in Newark. We're going on our 9th year. Our demographics is 16 to 24. Those are the youth that we're servicing right now, because those are the ones that's tearing things up in Newark, New Jersey. Right now, they're going through 3 weeks of mental toughness. It's called Street because we have a Street Academy. Street stands for striving to revolutionize education to eliminate trauma. Once they go through the street, then they make it into the academy. And we have them for about 20 weeks. We have 27 students right now, 27 participants, 27 young brothers and sisters, as you will call it. We have about an 80% graduation rate right now. They go on trips. It was mainly based on the Street Academy in Mecca.
that's where everything came from. He said planting something grown and made from the beginning, and that's where our Street Academy came from. Like I said, we're going on our 9th year right now. We have 3 core values. The first core value is knowledge of self. The second core value is self-directed leadership. The third core value is innovation and entrepreneurship. Right now, the Street Academy is under the mayor Ras Baraka. He said he wanted the knowledge of self to be taught as it was taught by Elijah and as it was taught by Allah. So we have a knowledge of self class. First we go through a few weeks of the knowledge of self class. Then we have the other core values, which is, like I said, self-directed leadership, innovation, and entrepreneurship. It's a wraparound service. The morning consists of academics, where they were getting GEDs, but now they're getting state-issued diplomas. The second part of the day is where we really get into activities, knowledge of self, and things of that nature. There's a lot of questions that's asked. We had a brother that came in front of the class, and we tell people they're disengaged, but they're not dumb. You understand? One brother came in front of the class and dropped the first degree to the student enrollment. And one of the young brothers raised his hand and said, that doesn't make sense. How could a human being make a planet? And it froze the brother. So I tell him, before you get up here, make sure you know what you're talking about, because they're going to question you. And that's the best thing about it. North Street Academy, we figured out the formula that Allah laid down. And the formula was to invest in the youth. And that's why we're successful right now, because we're dealing with the youth. That's the main reason why we're successful. Any questions?
Peace.
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 Peace. This born Almighty Allah from H. Medina. I just want to ask, what is the purpose of this whole conversation, this whole thing? Because I'm be real, I'm mad at myself right now that I didn't stay this long and listen to all these brothers bicker and complain. And you feel me? I don't feel, and I'm pretty sure everyone up there, nothing has got established, nothing has got, you feel me, acknowledged. You feel me? It was a bunch of questions that around the bush. Because like with the whole flag thing I asked way earlier, I understand what you're saying about Universal Sham God's build in the 80s. I was also told by a bunch of brothers who was there and was probably around you as well, that the only reason why Universal Sham God came out with that build was because wherever barrel you stepped in, it was no universal flag build at the time. So he had to make one in order for the brothers to stop fighting amongst each other saying what the build was. However, the question was, as far as the moon being over the 7, that wasn't even my question. However, I got the signs to that. But the question was, why in the 60s do you see the crest of the crescent? And if that was incorrect, why didn't y'all correct it? And why is it still like that at law school today? And why is it still not corrected? More importantly, why is we having this meeting over this Zoom call? When I know full brothers, a bunch of y'all is capable in showing up at Parliament or rally or whatever, you feel me? Why are we having this Zoom? Why are we having a Zoom call? You feel me? Because I was taught a real man, you feel me? We speak to each other's faces in the flesh. I was taught you couldn't get this over the phone. It was certain things you can't teach, you feel me, through a book, over the internet. Yet, you feel me, and still this is where we are today, utilizing this in order to argue and bicker and do it, like for what? Then I heard another brother talking about this not for the babies. I'm gonna be real, that was the most stupidest thing I ever heard. How did that I'm be real, whoever that brother was, Sham God, Black Sham God, I don't even know you. I don't want to know you. Because that didn't sit right with me. Because I got all my babies with me right now. When you said it, they walked off. That's the truth. That's why they not even jumping around playing with me no more. As soon as they heard you mention something about this not being for them, they ran off. They don't even want nothing to do with it. More importantly, just the way we speaking, I know you see that recording right there.
That's right, God. Hell, fuck that. Man.
And distribute it. And all they're gonna take all the context out, and all that's gonna be left is you saying this is not for the baby. Then how are you gonna feel when it's just a bunch of old people standing around looking at each other stupid? Because you done neglected the duty, which was the what? The children, the babies. I was taught this was for the babies and the children.
Babies are the greatest.
The old. for the people of age. I was taught this was for the young, for the youth. Last I heard when I read those transcripts and all the other things about Allah, he said, I'm not trying to go past what? Understanding boom. He said, what about the women? You gonna keep me young. I don't want nothing old. All the babies I know, all the gods that I know that I'm around that's older now, a bunch of them got knowledge when they was 8, 7, 9 years old. That's not adult. Those are babies.
That was knowledge wisdom.
Got up here and said that we supposed to just let the women teach the babies, and then let me ask you this, God, because I know a bunch of gods in this nation don't have babies with the earth. Don't have babies with, you feel me, women that's a part of this nation. So you mean to tell me your best advice was to tell these brothers to let these women raise them until they come around, till they of age, so that they can go and do things like swine and all this other stuff. These poor habits, you feel me, whether it's talking about eating or mental habits. What's the purpose of this build right here? Because it's not making sense at all. It's not, like I said, some of these questions didn't get answered. Other brothers bickering, arguing. We got people calling in for the prisons to talk. We in the world. You feel me? Not shunning them, because we're going to do everything. We're going to have all within our power to help them. You feel me? My side out here, H. Medina, we the ones that established the 5% nation in Texas. We the ones that did that and went up in there and told them we the 5% nation. Who are you? My name's Born Almighty Allah. We the God. You the what? We the gods. You heard me. And guess what they did? They opened the gate. Oh yeah, let him in. He's approved. And that's how we build with them. However, that's in that setting. When we in here in the world, we got to build about the world, the free cipher, because we're not in the interior cipher. You feel me? Those of us that's connected with the interior cipher, all we supposed to do is go back and give the message to them. You feel me? Because the sad reality is they're not going to be able to help us build out here in the real world. All they can do is do their part where they're at. And that's all salutations to each and every one of those brothers that hold their own part in the interior cipher, civilizing the people as they're supposed to. However, when it comes to things of a national standpoint, dealing with the nation in regards of where our nation stands today, you feel me? We post things about things that are relevant. This is a baby. This is what's relevant, capturing their attention, not bickering amongst each other and all this other. And this is the whole point why I said some of you brothers I never seen before. You feel me? I heard great things about ABG and all this. God, I never met you in the physical, and I'm not even from New York, and I done been up there several times, and I never seen you. I was taught we don't deal with mysteries. You feel me? Like I said, I heard about your works, however, I never seen them. I never heard you before really in the physical. I never got the chance to walk with you and see your mind. I never got a chance to see you correct any of these other brothers that's running around plaguing the nation with this poor information or trick knowledge. Talking about this all being born to an art, because a lot of brothers is, you feel me? The sad part about this nation, the state of our nation, it's a bunch of religious motherfuckers up in this nation, man. And I'm getting sick and tired of it. It's a bunch of, you say we not a religion, however, it's a religious people in this nation.
That's right.
That's where you feel like you said, oh yeah, the father wore dashiki and all that. However, people see that and they don't get to hear the build about it. So now they get the misinterpretation, like, yeah, we dashiki. Yeah, we go back to Africa. Yeah, we hold hand in the sun. We not about all this other stuff that isn't our teachings. You feel me? With the crystals and the beads and all these old all these old super spiritual stuff. You feel me? The new religions that's come about in today's time. No one's speaking about these things. You feel me? This all being born to this all, you feel me? What happened to keeping it simple? What happened in making it relatable to the youth? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm as far as I can see, I'm wisdom of law God. That's 27. Unless someone else is younger than me on this phone, you have to speak right now. But if not, like I said, I'm the young on the phone right now. And I'm telling you right now, if y'all don't get y'all shit together, this shit is gonna die. Straight up. Because law, I know what everyone knows that Allah said, as times change, so must you. That means you have to be active. That don't mean you just have to change the composition, the structure of the nation. That just means we have to keep being active on an individual and a collective level, which we haven't been doing. Certain brothers' salutations have been doing, however, on a collective, we have not been doing it. Because when we go certain places, you feel me? Where are our babies? You feel me? Where's the youth? What is attracting them to this culture? What is keeping them around? What makes someone want to be a 5%er and civilize their own people? How is a baby going to get something out of this born in this and this born in that? And more importantly, why aren't these things being addressed properly? Like I say, in the physical. national park, whatever y'all have to do to get it correct. 5% nation, nation of gods and earth, all this other stuff. You feel me? All that's happening right now, like I say, it's religious because people is waiting on your instruction. I'm not born almighty's not. I don't care what you say. I'm sorry, God. I was built different. I don't care what it says. I don't care if it isn't relatable or makes sense to me in this day and time. I don't care.
Let me make it relatable. Please.
I don't care. God.
Right,
but the thing is, some other brothers out here that's running around with this foolishness that is waiting on some of y'all older brothers to correct or speak on something, and y'all failed to do. Y'all dropped the ball on that.
Yeah, please. First of all, I appreciate your bill. All right. However, let me say this. You know, Allah made us men to be independent of others, not dependent. Even when I met ABG, I didn't go to him because I wanted to be dependent which way I'm gonna go. The reality to you said you in Texas, and you
okay. That the gods is the earth, the earth is the God. How about that?
Let me finish. You was also you saying you ain't still being relevant.
God is the earth, and the earth is.
All right, Pigs. All right, God, Pigs. You was also speaking about it because I want to make sure we peel this back. You was talking about you ain't see it being relevant to the individuals that was incarcerated because we out here in the free state. That's what you said, right?
I said the matters that they're speaking on. This right here is pertaining to this cipher right here. I say with them, we already have contacts with. I'm sure they have contact with them. We not supposed to waste time speaking about, you feel me? We supposed to do that on our own time. Right. The whole prison, like I said, it's been going on. Born King just got on here and told y'all he's been doing.
I'm not coming from that perspective. Now's the wisdom. All right. What they was talking about as far as dealing with incarceration, that's under the RLUIPA law, Religious Land Use Institution Person Act. I'm not talking about that. That came from Senator Orion Hatch and Ted Kennedy. I'm not speaking about that. When I was mentioning about the wisdom born degree, why was Yaku so successful in all his undertaking? Because the people who followed verbatim regardless of what we told them to do, they did it. If not, they paid with their life. Yaku didn't build it out for his people. When one fell victim, the penalty was death. In that degree, both of them fell victim. Where you at right now, where you got that governor in that state of Texas, Gregory Abbott, in regards to having the immigrants that's traveling to different locations, I told brothers that's incarcerated, when they say on the count is because they consider it as a constituent for those in that geographical location. So when you somewhere and you sitting down with your baby, you understand when you looking at the father border education. Education just means you got the ability to learn. They govern themselves by judicial law, legislative law, as far as executive law. We govern ourselves by supreme mathematics. See, no matter what a person's physical degree is, we know and understand that when an individual maturity is concerned, it should be knowledge equality. I'm not going to put that way when it comes to my grandchildren, when they were 3 and 4 and 5 years old. I made it my business to make sure they had fun at the park, they could have a good time. But once they came to physical age, when it came to the point that I had to get them to go to college, like at Morehouse, like when it came to President Biden talking about he was going to Morehouse, but the president's student body said, you can't come. Because the reality to it, we don't understand. You talking about some Palestine shit, but we're gonna take it to the power degree and say, let's deal with what's really going on. You take it to the mindset as far as on some monotheism shit, because we talking about Jerusalem. I told my grandson, now you got the opportunity to teach. Now you show him prove what the Son of Man is coming from. Everybody got different perspective of the Son of Man. Listen, I'm glad to hear that energy. Because it's brothers like you that can challenge what's going on. But what I'm letting you know, when you walk outside, right? When we say and understand that we know we the owner, right, of the planet Earth, the reality to it is, I told brothers, when you go outside, anything that you see around you, you a constituent. Anybody that you see, it's the reason why Allah was dropping brother the 34th degree on them. We ain't trying to reform them, the devil. We ain't trying to do that. All the prophets have, matter of fact, what degree you dealing with? Because I want to make sure we and you have an understanding. In the 34th degree and the 1 to 40, the reality to it is we ain't trying to reform no devil. All the prophets are trying to do that. We ain't coming from no religious mindset. But the bottom line to it is we agree. The bottom line to it, we ain't gonna waste no time for something that we know that takes 600 years. So instead of losing time, we decided to take them off our planet number 1 to every 11 original people. I'm paraphrasing the degree, but we taught to add 1 and 11 is 12. I told brothers the 12th degree say. Why does the devil teach that? Because he desires to make out a slave that all he can, so he can do what? Live in luxury. So if I come out there in Texas and I get to walk wherever you at, north, south, east, west, I want to judge the individual like the fruit that he got, not just the babies. I want to judge a fruit tree by what it bears. I'm just telling that you got the power. The power is no more than the truth. So the reality to it, I had brother asked me one time before, what came first, power or refinement? You know, brothers get caught up between that. I told brother, listen, let me explain something to you. Power is the truth. But at the same duration of time, we start talking about refinement is concerned, you know whether or not if you're talking clean and you living dirty. When we come from the perspective of the Son of Man, we talk about, we got a lot of individuals. I know what ABG's perspective was, he wanted to address drugs and alcohol. I don't understand about the people of the book, but we know we've been made deaf, dumb, and blind for 6,000 years. As far as the devil civilization is concerned, that expired. So I love when I hear the energy that you're speaking about right now. Well, we came here together right now, but we want to address the Son of Man, and we know individuals got a different concept. In regards to what the Son of Man has come up, we Medina warriors. That's what we're hearing here now. But at the same time, now we want to address the school. I heard great things about that school. I'm just here as Father Supreme Allah to make sure nobody don't bullshit nobody. My main thing, we provide a platform so individuals can make sure they can voice their words. The main reason Hashim had asked not too long ago why we have this. And I told the brother, you know what I'm saying? I got nothing but love and respect for all the brothers showing improvement. However, when it came to our brother here, ABG number 7, Allah, we got to give respect. He ain't hanging around with a bunch of chumps in the street. He came and taught the brothers out there in regards to be conducive when they got to be their son. Whether it was Raleigh, Hashim, Shashad, Jaqi, Universal Shamgar, come on, ain't gonna undermine our brothers' efforts here. And if you want to know why Hashim, why he was saying he was the father of Medina, then sit down and talk with ABG. Let them know why Allah told everybody in Medina, why this is your father here. He ain't make that shit up. He came out of caves of the key and the rest of them like he's their brother. But the main thing, what I'm trying to say is the main reason we here now, I'm letting you know, I didn't want my brother to be traveling because I know it's mentally and physically taxing, and I want to be comfortable for everybody who's sitting in their living room at home and they can call on the phone and ask any question that they want to ask. But the main question I want to ask everybody, what are you doing? When I got my babies in my house, I leave them as a baby. When it came time for my grandson getting a certain physical degree, and I got him into college, I told him, now you go challenge all the inequality that exists within your media cycle. So when he told me they put a stop to what was going on to the president coming there, I said, now you showing improvement. You know why? Because he asked why. Our language is between mathematics and an alphabet. And we know why is most questions asked by the 85% that don't understand no reason. He had an opportunity to build. So what I'm saying basically is this, and he's not unique. I just want all of us to come together collectively, brother. I want to provide a platform so we can all sit down and voice what we had to voice our concern with this nation. And everything's not going to be solved today. There's layers to this conversation. This is why I told brothers before, meet us at the rally on the Women Equality Day. Let me know what year is that. Don't be taking me to 8,400. Listen, brother. Come to the rally if you can. If you can't, then the bottom line to the brother will go ahead and reach out and inform as far as, like I said, emailing the Son of Man Inc. at gmail.com. Or if the brother can't do that, brother can call. So aside from that, brother, I cherish, like listen, I love that. But that's what we need. We need the youth, because the youth will challenge anybody. I love that. Everybody else is lackadaisical and they want to lay back. I love this. So don't construe this. Don't take this way as, you know, we get perplexed about this. But the main thing is we inhale oxygen and we exhaling, you know, carbon dioxide. That's energy. That's a lot of energy. You know, I'm a boxing coach. When I see guys, when I feel as though they got something to get off their chest, I told them, man, for that arguing, that yelling, take that in the ring. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to promote no violence or nothing. I told brothers, I teach an athletic program to produce good citizens. Election year is coming up. What are they doing in your area? I told you that Governor Abbott, where you at, got individuals coming over here on a consistent basis, no matter where they from. My main thing, what I'm trying to say, I want to know how individuals showing improvement to understand it, get a real understanding. Let individuals know they come from Venezuela, wherever they coming from. What's the total population of the nation here in the wilderness all over the planet Earth? 17 million with 19 million, all over the planet 4 billion. So the bottom line is, let me know what you're doing in your area. Just don't sound like no fly shit over no phone, because everybody will know.
2 million and make a total of 19
my
million.
brother, I come to you in person and we can come solve whatever we got to solve in a civilized manner. That's today's mathematics. What's the meaning of civilization? So pardon me, brother. I know other brothers want to speak, but I do want to be conscientious on my brother here, like I said before, as far as his health. Okay? And my health too. Shit, I ain't trying to be on no toxic shit. But anyway, aside from all that, I got nothing but love for my brothers. I don't love nobody who don't love me back. Don't get it twisted. But I want to provide a platform, because this is dealing with equality. I want to hear everybody that I possibly can. I didn't think we were going to be here for no 3 hours, but I made that clear when I first started, because I want to be conscientious on that with my brother here. But if anybody needs to reach out to me, you know, you got my man, call me. I'll see you at the rally. Email me.
Keep building.
Before you
I'm
go, God,
respectable.
before you go, God, what's your
I'm gonna say peace.
Before you go, what's your physical degree, God?
Say it again. Equality
I said,
bill.
before
God.
degree.
Equality God.
Okay, now add that up.
Okay. Well, if by me adding it up, I don't understand the knowledge, understanding of my language. That I'm gonna make sure I let individuals know that 13 man is the law. Yeah, I can go be. I'm a master of one possess and activate the knowledge of wisdom and understanding of the law. I'm just letting you know the reality to it is. We all got this knowledge of wisdom. We all got a chronological age, right? Yet when we gotta understand these lessons, we older than sun, moon, and star. When I was 15, I ain't go by that age. When somebody came to me and they told me that they was 40 or 50 and 60, I said, yo, and our lesson said we older than sun, moon, and star. How you gonna pigeonhole me to a chronological age?
That's the first degree for in the 1 to 40, God. That's when you first learned about the law, huh? When you got to renew your history every 25,000 years, which deals with what? The precision of degrees as the earth travels, correct? So it's not so much
right, babe, let you go. Go ahead.
You at so you can know where you're going. The reason why I asked what your age was because you talked about adding up earlier. That's why I asked for your physical degree, and I told you add it up because the only question that immediately understood is, well, what age are you?
Right.
If you one is you the other, but because you can't be both. Because to make devil, what must one first do? All you got to do is tell a lie, something that wasn't true, whether it be intentional or unintentional. Because everything is improved. That means everything's not going to off the mouth. We're going to about what? Our words and actions. You can't show someone what can't be shown and proven in real lifetime in reality.
Right. What's your name again, bro? What's your name again? What's your name again? What's your name again? What's your name again?
My name's Born Almighty Allah.
Born Almighty Allah.
Peace.
Okay.
Peace.
With
Born
that,
Almighty Allah.
with
May
that,
I interject?
Yeah, brother.
I come in the divine name of Judge Jamik Allah. I got knowledge in 73 in Medina, Brooklyn. This brother ABG was one of the prolific brothers that actually guided, kept, and protect me from being a wild child running wild. When I got knowledge of stuff, only thing I wanted to do was fight, nothing else. But then when I got knowledge of stuff, I started fighting for a cause instead of just because. Now, the reason why this meeting came together was because the nation has been expanding. We've been growing all throughout the world, not just the United States. And the brothers can't make it maybe to DC or Columbus, Ohio, or Philadelphia. So we put this platform together so we could all come together and be able to embrace this brother who has the different degrees of knowledge and stuff from the beginning that never began and the ending that would never end, Alpha and Omega. Now, as far as the disputes, young brother, you are 100% correct. This is not the platform for that. We have a time and a place for that. But I just wanted to add on to the degree of what is our purpose here. Our purpose here is to be able to greet this brother, to meet this brother, where he might not be able to come to us on the basis of his age, his degree, his health issues, whatever the case may be. But he's making himself available. So therefore, we could see the beginning that never began. A lot of brothers, different places, then now starts getting watered down. It gets a little weak here, a little weak there, but different individuals are firm in their platform. So therefore, we have the opportunity to see not only where we're at, but where we come from to determine where we are going. Thus, this is the reason why this platform has been put together. My time is limited, but what I wanted to make known was I'm a merchant mariner. I was the wildest of wild child. This brother told me to the side and said, hey, young man, you got a lot of energy. Why don't you, write something in the Son of Man? So in 76, 77, I began to put articles in the Son of Man. So therefore, people could see what this young mind was. So people begin to direct and guide these young minds. This is how it was for me. I've had knowledge from Lord Jamel, like I said, since 73. And nothing has changed. The only thing changed is the ciphers, and you don't see brothers on the street corners like they used to be. So therefore, they are teaching their children, and their children are teaching their children. And thus, this is how we go, at least this is how it should be. I am currently in Washington State. I have brothers that's real close to me in Oregon. And these brothers who may not get the opportunity to get to the parliament because we're on the West Coast. So therefore, we have these opportunities to come together to bring ourselves together. So therefore, we can meet each other without arguing, bickering, and fighting. You know what I'm saying? But bringing about peace, which is the absence of all confusion. So that's all I gotta say, man. I wanted to make myself known. I wanted to introduce myself. I was hoping to be able to bring some knowledge, which is peace, to the wisdom that was being born, so they'd be victorious, so understand and be understood. And we see that equality, which is what? Our Father, which called us what? To further ourselves through what? Education. That's all I gotta say. Peace.
Peace.
Peace. This is Shot Peace. Can I be heard? Can y'all hear me?
You can Shot Peace. Good.
Okay, peace. First I want to ask, for those that's not speaking, can you please make sure your phone is muted? I know sometimes we get on and we don't realize we're muted, that we're unmuted, and so our background starts cutting off other brothers' building. I want to speak to Father Supreme as well as ABG. Peace, guys. First, I want to thank y'all for putting together this platform. I know I had reached out. I got with Father Supreme to link with ABG because with him being the last of the first 9 born still alive in the physical, I wanted to get as much information as we could possibly get from him before the God transitions. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully there's no time soon. I wanted to get as much information as possible directly from you. And the reason that I wanted to get it from you is because I've had knowledge of self since the year 2000. I got knowledge when I was a teenager. I was 17 at the time. And, you meet a whole lot of gods that the knowledge gets passed through before it comes to you. Now, my tree actually goes back to you, ABG. I've tracked my tree throughout my time of having knowledge of self, and it goes back to you. My question that I wanted to ask is, in the process of me giving all that I have and all within my power to carry on what Allah wanted, I want to make sure that I'm doing this right and exact. So my question is, did Allah want us to just teach as many people as we possibly could, and those who learned who they were would add on to our nation, and that would bring about the growth and development of our nation? Or did he want those of us who wanted to build our specific nation to focus on just building our nation and not necessarily I guess building an independent nation? Did he want us to build an independent nation, or did he want us to teach the world, and as they learn, they would just become a part of our nation and grow our nation?
He wanted us to teach, brother. Teach, not
Thank
so
you.
on a nation, the way we look at nations and countries. He wanted us to teach. That's why earlier I said the population that we zeroed in on was the 85%. That's the majority of the people on the face of the planet Earth, because all people come from us. All people are us. If you understand the lessons, then you know that we were separated from them. We was made deaf. We specifically was made deaf, dumb, and blind for 6,000 years. These people was made weak and wicked. You understand? That caused the separation to keep going on for thousands of years because of skin color, because of religion, because of race, because of ethnicity. All people are our people because all people come from us. In the black man body, there's 2 germs, one of black, one of brown. Yaku Graf separated the black man from the brown germ and grafted it out into a white. You understand? And taught them trick knowledge and how to rule us for 6,000 years. That was over. The first sign of it being over was when Master W.D. Farad came. The second part of it was the Honorable Elijah Muhammad came. And then Allah manifested himself in 1964. In fact, he told me he gave us 50 years to get it together. And I was only 17. And I told him, you didn't give me 50 years, you gave these other people 50 years. He said, no, I gave you 50 years, son. And he was adding up the time from Farad came to when Elijah manifested, and that was the 50 years. But they were the ones who was to clean us up and be prepared for him when he came. And we were still not yet cleaned up. And so to this day, like Father Supreme just mentioned, yeah, I wanted to address alcoholism and drug addiction, because that's the elephant in the room amongst all our people. When I say our people, I'm not just talking about the 5%. You understand? And we 5%, we got it made. And we 5%ers, we got it made. You understand? It's the other people that I'm concerned also about. That's what we are supposed to teach. Allah used to break us up when we got into conversations just like I was hearing. He used to say, what y'all arguing for? Y'all all got the same thing. You're supposed to be out in the street teaching the people who ain't got nothing.
Thank you, God.
Can I build?
Peace. Yeah.
All right, true, God. This is Lord Jamel, God. And the truth is that, like, when it comes to that whole drug cipher, we know life is stages of development, God. So everybody gonna go through their stages, man, whatever that might be. I was also taught that the 1 to 40 represents those stages, right? So what will be a reward in regard to the destruction of the devil in me, right? Peace and happiness. I will give up all I have and all within my power to give up so I can have some peace and happiness. But until I attain that degree, man, I'm going to experiment with a lot of things, man. Once I attain that degree, then I'll give that stuff up, man, so that I can have some peace and happiness in my life.
I hear you, Jimmy.
As long as I want to know.
You're going to be you, and we love you. I love you. You're going to be you, brother. Ain't nothing wrong with being yourself. I'm accepting. Allah accepted me. Allah accepted me, and I went through all kinds of doors.
So the God has said that he wanted to learn like all he can, right, from you. And the way we always did that, right, was like, you know, ask a brother to build on the day's mathematics, and you'll be able to see from what he builds how it is and how it works. My question is not just how to build on the day's mathematics, because we could always talk a good game. My thing is, how do we build on the mathematics, man, to be able to accomplish something in the real world? Measurable, physical, prodigious results.
By getting an education, brother, going to school, being educated, having a skill, being able to provide for yourself and share with others. It's people, you know, I tell to this day, children watch you. You understand? I was a child. I'm born in the ghetto. People spoke to me all the time, and I listened. But then what they did was contrary to what they said. So what comes out of your mouth, live it every day. If you walk this earth in humility and practice peace, then that's how you greet your neighbor. And I don't care what's his religion. I don't care what's his ethnicity. I don't care what he believes in. He's still your neighbor. And you know something he don't know. You're his brother, and he don't know that.
I'm with you, God. So one of the other things that we was also taught by y'all, right, was that there were rules, regulations, and laws that was mentioned. And the laws was our mathematics. Our rules was the 120, because those are like the rules of Islam. But then we have regulations, which are other things, man, that we should abide by, or the things that we tell our earth, like the brother who want to have his earth dressed in 3/4 when she go to the beach, or the brother who want to allow his earth to wear makeup. Those are the regulations.
Can I say something, please?
Indeed, God.
You live your style based on your life, because that's who you are. What I'm saying is all these people are ours. If you want to teach 85% of the population, then you have to have tolerance. You have to have understanding of what they're doing. You can share your lifestyle like the brother shared with me. And I said, well, listen, you're an independent man. If that's how you want to live and that's how you want to dress, by all means do it, if it's not against the laws of society. Because remember, we're the same people that makes up the laws of this society, at least here in America. In America, we are the law. In America, this is our country also, because we here. And if this is our country or our country of choice, then we are the law. You understand? We are the government. We have no kings and queens here. You understand? We, the people. We the people, that's what it says, we the people. And that's what we gotta stick to because we are the original people, the Asiatic Black people. This
So
is
God, I ask you these things, God, not because I don't know, because we have talked about this many times before, right? I ask these things so that we can stimulate the conversation into a positive conversation so the brothers can get what they came here for.
I understand my brother. My brother is giving me energy to tell you the truth. Tell my brother to share with my brother the truth. Simple. So that all of us can understand. This is ours. Like Allah said, you can choose any country you want to go to and teach. I know I've seen brothers and sisters come from Germany to Mecca to bear witness. And I've seen a lot of brothers act like a bunch of fools because they came from Germany. Instead of saying, I'm embracing my brother and sister because they've traveled so far to see if we are for real. And by the way, they were Caucasians. They were Caucasians. But since we have people who join the service and go to Germany, German people came to Mecca to see if we were for real.
Father Supreme, I love what you're doing, God. You know, we must protect, man, not just our babies, man, but we must protect our elders as well, man. So when we have forums like this, man, we got to maintain and keep control and not let them get too excited, because a lot of times, man, and rightly so, people have emotions over things where they should be dealing with intellect. You know what I mean? So we want to keep it intellectual because this is where people grow and learn, right? Rather than emotional, where people start getting ecstatic and start, you know, going in a negative direction. So homage to you, God. Peace to the God.
Peace, peace. And having said that, everyone that's on, I'm always conscientious with my brother, making sure he okay. I knew we wasn't gonna stay for the whole 3 hours, but we did a good chunk of it, right? Right now it's elevation, okay, elevation, at elevation.
Elevation speaking again.
Oh, Pete, you know, my thing is just giving it back to the youth, the ones who built this nation. That's just my main thing. It's always the youth. It's always just getting it to them, and they want it. Sometimes you walk past a young brother, he may be smoking weed or something, and we won't even say anything to him. Peace, what's going on? We won't say anything to him, and they want you to say things to him. A lot of times we speak to the youth, and they're going through so much. We say, "Hey, my man, come here, hug me, give me a hug." And sometimes they, at first they'd be like, "Man, that's gay," but then when you do hug them, what happens? They start crying. They start crying. So as far as the youth in the street academy, we're leading with love, and then we always have to have something for them. Always have to have something for them, because I have youth right here, right now, that's dying to come to the parliaments. They're dying to come. But when they come, the first thing they're looking for is themselves. And if they don't see themselves there, they sort of get discouraged. You understand? So they say the first law of nature is self-preservation, and what better way to preserve ourselves than it is to teach the youth. That's what I'm here for.
Okay.
Peace.
Peace. Let me say this. In regards to the conference that we have, I want to thank everybody that actually contribute. Like I said from the beginning, I'm conscientious on my brother. He's going back, right? I'm gonna, basically we're gonna conclude this latest this conversation, and as far as the conference, we have many, many more. Okay. I just want to let brothers know, we can pick this build up, at the rally. Brothers got my number, they can call me, ain't gotta wait for no rally. But the reality to it, like I said before, the fact I want to thank everybody for contributing, having their presence felt. And the main focus is the fact that what we can do to come together collectively. This is an election year. We got to make sure we have our presence felt. The Keys always say we got a method that's tried and proven, because none of them was able to vote for Mayor Lindsay, but they told the people in the community and their parents to vote, and that's how Mayor Lindsay got, elected. So that's what we got to do. We got to be out there and make it relevant for the youth to let them know that when they go outside, that this is their world. They have to have a purpose in life. They have to have something to aspire to. So when we say what's the day of mathematics, like my brother was speaking about before, Lord Jamel, we got to make it applicable so it can walk and talk. And that's what I do when I teach, my children, my grandchildren, or anybody that I see. My name's Father Supreme. If I see somebody and they see me, they mine. So the reality too, I like to make sure what's relevant to them. Everybody know me from always trying to push employment, because this way brothers can try to be gainfully employed. But number one, our job is always to teach. Having said that, like I'm getting ready to take our brother, make sure he's straight and situated. I look forward for any comments from brothers that gonna, reach out to me by the Son of Man Inc. by way of email. Thank you, Elevation. I appreciate, the contribution, and I want to speak peace to everybody. Okay. Having said that, everybody travel safe and have a great day. Peace.
Peace.
To the guys and ups. Peace.
Peace.
Thanks. Thanks. Peace.
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 Peace. Peace.